Hello all and welcome back to High Ridge Farm with me, the Walrus. As you can see, we're now dealing with the after effects of the Abigail Hart event, where she's clearly in love with a married man. Sorry my dear, that isn't happening. I'm not into that. Now, as you can see, we've got in our final few days here before the winter season, not wanter, I can do English good, yes. Yeah, the winter season kicks in. So I'm going to do a little bit of clearing of the farm, removing any of the excess crops that I don't really need, such as those, not really replanting the pumpkins or anything, because I know a lot of it is just going to die off very quickly in the next few days. One of the other things I'm going to need to do before the actual end of the week is going to be ensuring that I harvest all of the hay, so I've actually got that all ready and aside, ready to go. Of course, I'm having a quick look through here in the moment. I've got all these lovely fruit trees that needed harvesting, and got some more star fruit. Now, I think I've got some ancient seeds ready. Yes, I do. So I'm going to slap those in the ground, get that ready to go. Because I would like to have quite a nice selection of ancient fruit seeds on the go, as well as the star fruit seeds ready as well. One of the things I'm debating is whether I try to keep it so that once I've actually got them all, I keep them all until I've actually got a harvestable time. Either or, not really sure. I'm debating whether I want to leave crops waiting so that I can harvest them all in one go, so I can just be like efficiency. But that's just me being not really pedantic. It's just it's not even OCD. I'm not really sure. It's just wanting to complete things in one go. I will freely admit I'm very much of a completionist through and through when it comes to video games and things anyway. So I like to have something finished before I move on to the next project. Unfortunately, I'm also very scatterbrained, which does mean that although I want to achieve something being completed, doesn't always mean it'll actually happen. There have been a number of times where I've played through games and just flubbed it royally. So, for example, I purchased the Final Fantasy VII on my Xbox when that got re-released on the Xbox itself, and having already completed it many years ago on the PlayStation 1, I decided that I would try and get every achievement that was available. I managed it. It was just I was very slow in my progress, nowhere near as fast as I played it through when I was a kid. At the same time, however, it did mean that I beat the heck out of the game super fast. Okay, so I'm going to deposit all of the stuff we have here, and what should we turn into wine? Well, we got some star fruit, so let's pop that in there. Put banana in, mango, no, let's more star fruit. Star fruit wine, please. And mango wine, lovely. I'm not sure even if that's I'm going to make a wild stab in the dark and assume that's a thing. Couldn't say for certain, I'm afraid, as I've never seen a mango wine. I've seen plum wines, and good grief, they're delicious. They are a dangerous thing, I find. I had a really nice one when I was out in the Netherlands, which might sound very peculiar, but visiting Leiden, and I went to an all-you-can-eat sushi place, and they just had this delicious plum wine there. I also managed to fail miserably at my attempts of speaking Dutch. I apologise for any listeners and viewers from the Netherlands. Dutch is really hard for me to speak. I try. I definitely try. My issue is because I speak German as well as English, there's just too many words that are so similar to one another. It muddles with my head. Okay. Now, back to our farming side of things. We've got lots of truffles, which is nice. Now, of course, the animals are going to be mostly locked up I say locked up. They're going to be away in their barns and coop for the winter season, as there's not really going to be much for them to be able to do going out-wise. It's just too cold. So I'm going to close the doors, leave them indoors. I'll get lots of eggs. That's still a thing. That won't be a problem. But it's the other resources. So I'm not going to get any truffles from the pig. Essentially, the pig is virtually useless during the winter. I've got lots of dinosaurs, though, now. I love the fact that I've got, like, 5 little dinos that just make me happy. I think that's just it. I know it's a silly little thing, but I just have the dinosaurs because they make me smile. I love their little cute animations. I think had I had more success when it came to doing the mods, because I will freely admit, if you've watched the mod video, I'm so bad. I don't even know what I'm doing half the time. The only one that's actually working is the different coloured wines mod, which is really nice because it means that I can tell the difference. At a glance, it's kind of cool. It's a subtle graphical change. But I would love to have like a couple of subtle graphical changes for like the dinosaurs, where there's like a couple of randomized appearances, because that'd be quite cute. I also, for the longest time, didn't actually realise that you could select and change the colour of your cat or dog. So I felt particularly dense with that. I mean, yes, I've done that now. My cat is orange because I wanted it to be orange, not for any other reason. But, goodness gracious, did I feel stupid. Okay, so we're coming up to midday at the moment, so we've still got quite a lot of time to do things today. One of my other plans is to go and visit Ginger Island and try and catch some fish, as I still need to catch a selection of different things like the rays. And I don't think there's anything special on Wednesdays down on the island, so it's not a biggie either way. Righty, let's just quickly pop in here and see if Robin's actually about. Yes, thank goodness she's actually here. I would like you to build something for me, Robin. I would like an upgrade. Slime Hutch Big Coop. There we go. I want one of these. So then I can slap that down in the bottom. Because the thing is, I have an ostrich egg. I don't have an ostrich egg incubator. I don't actually know where you get it. So that's something I really need to sort out, because I'd quite like to have one, because I've never had an ostrich here as a general thing. Stuff. Yeah. Words and things. But I really need to get one and have that sorted. That's the main thing I need to deal with here. Now, all other little interesting oddities that have popped up is recently I actually had somebody ask me about Patreon in real life, actually. Partly because I do pub quizzes quite frequently, and I've had quite a lot of people who get very excited about me doing the pub quizzes and have asked me to do a Patreon potentially. Because it's sort of linked to me using my voice, I'm going to sort of set up a Patreon and link it to this as well. So there'll be sort of... I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to set that up and actually have as different tier reward systems and stuff in ready to go for it. But if that's something that might be of interest to you as well, that will be coming soon. As, of course, I keep getting pestered that I need to use my voice more. And it is something that I do have. I have a few people approach me on Twitter, and I will do recordings for them. Sometimes I've done them for other video games. I've done them for a couple of mods, and why not? So that's going to be something that will be coming reasonably soon. The pub quiz side of it will be quite interesting, because of course that's something that I quite enjoy doing. I write these quizzes for the pub that I work at, and I will be able to do them as a maybe once a month subscriber sort of thing. If you're a Patreon supporter, we'll do a pub quiz, maybe have a prize as part of it, Amazon gift card, that sort of thing. It would be difficult to see how it would work, though, is that's the logistics side of things, because what we tend to do at the pub is we have them all self-marked, so it's a very much of an honour system on that one, and that we hope that you're not going to cheat. But, you know, if we catch cheating, well, come on, man, it's a bit rude. And you'll also lose points. So I don't know how well that would work in a virtual setting like this. If I was to do that on like a Discord, for example, if there was a prize, or maybe it just be a good giggle sort of thing. So maybe no prize, but just general silliness. And kind of almost hanging out with me on Discord, which is an interesting concept anyway, as I am a strange individual at the best of times. But yes, the fact that people have asked about it, it's something that I'm now genuinely debating and considering doing. So I will also kind of see what can I do as part of the online side, more so as well. But that'll be coming soon. Now, anyway, here on the Ginger Island, one of the things I'm really looking for is the ray, as I want to catch a few of them. Not saying I'm trying to avenge Steve Irwin, but hear me out. I've got a few of them to catch. That's kind of the main thing. I need to catch 5 in total, I think. I've got 1 already, so 4 more to go, and then that's that quest. It's not really a quest so much, is it? It's more like the task, the monthly, the tasks given per season sort of thing. Anyway, so we've got another stingray, so that's nice. The official tackle's knackered. Oh dear, that's annoying. Well, not the end of the world, but it's going to need sorting soon. Okay, so let's have a quick look. Okay, some tuna, fine. Not super helpful, but not that exciting either, unfortunately. Okay, what we're going to catch now? It's probably another tuna. I can't imagine that this is a stingray, because it's just not the as excited. A flounder, okay. Well, as you can tell, I just quickly skipped past a chunk of this because, yeah, I got real bored with just casting repeatedly. And there's not really much else I can say other than, I have caught a fish. Woo, yeah. Caught me some fishy, fishy, fishy. So, I'm going to quickly move on back through here. No, it's only like 6:30, so I'm just going to quickly pop over to the island farm for a moment and just double check and see if there's anything else that I need to organise whilst I'm here. As of course, there's certainly like a possibility of like any harvests that I need to do, and just ensuring everything is done. And that's kind of the big thing, is just making sure everything is organised and ready to go. But we will quickly see. Now, let's just sell some of these things that I don't need. I probably should have kept the crab, to be fair, because I could probably use that for what's the word? Something useful like fertilizer. Because that probably wouldn't have hurt, really, in the grand scheme of things. But we'll see. Okay, so, well, there's lots of pineapple to harvest, which is nice, and that's going to be a little bit of extra money. Not really going to try and turn that into wine. Maybe I should have a few kegs here on the island. Probably wouldn't be a terrible thing to do. But at the same time, I can also easily teleport back home and throw them in the, what's it called? Words. Yeah. The kegs at home. There we go. I can do that so good. I'm so incredibly articulate. I've had so many, like, failing at life moments there. Oh, well. Anyway, so... the frog is now going to be excited by the fact that I've planted garlic. That's all good. Let's see what else we do. So some more golden walnuts. That's really useful stuff, I guess. And a nice froggy statue. We've got 2 froggy statues. That'll do. Caught them earlier doing the fishing. That could be fun. Let's see. Let's grab all these taro. Again, don't really need them. They are useful for, you know, sewing them. Not sewing, for selling them, but also cooking. I think you need 4 of them to make the taro root dish. Who knows? I can't really remember. Okay, let's cut that down. What else have we got? We've got some ginger there that I can quickly grab. And to be fair, that's something I've never actually seen in real life, is an actual ginger plant. I eat a lot of it. Like, actually a silly amount of ginger. I really enjoy the taste of it. And I cannot deny that I have pickled ginger in the fridge at all times, because it's very... just kind of tasty. And I also quite like pickled food in general. Kimchi and general pickled nonsense is a definite favourite of mine. So, I think now we should go and visit Mr. Key if we're allowed in. I'm not sure yet, though. Hopefully so. I mean, I think I've got the 100 nuts. Have I? Not sure. Right, the other thing is I'm still after that snake vertebrae, which is an absolute swiner, because it's only in this part of the island. I don't believe you can catch it. You can only get it from the artifact spots, and I've not found an artifact spot on this part of the island for a while. I'm kind of hoping that come the new season that we'll get a few more popping up, because I would rather like to get that damn fossil finished. And I know that if I do end up having access to Mr. Key's place, it's not like it's the end of the world. Like, I can still use the extra walnuts. They are useful for reasons. I think you turn them into key gems. But all the same, it would be nice to actually have. I know there's a bunch of recipes and such that you can get from the Mr. Key side of things. Such as the improved sprinklers. And the ones that auto-fertilize as well. I guess the useful thing about the auto-fertilizing... Well, actually, no, not even that, actually. I was trying to think of whether it'd be worth it, because they can auto-fertilize for you, I guess, for when you change seasons. But maybe it's because it takes less fertilizer to use? For like, can one fertilize a 24 plot around it? Maybe some experimentation needs to be done on my end, and find out. Maybe I'll just test it out and see. It's essentially the joys of having the slightly more established farm. I think it must be on year 10 or something, which I can just quickly come by and muck about and see. Might also be kind of a nice, useful video, actually, as what do these upgrades do and how they work. That might actually be quite something that I could do. That'd be quite an easy one. Not so much in it. Maybe it's like a tip thing rather than this is instructional how you must do things. Just this is in case you didn't know. Maybe maybe I could actually record that once I finish doing this, because that's actually kind of an interesting idea. I'm actually going to write it down, because as you can probably tell that I do my audio recordings a little bit, not quite live, but quite soon after me actually recording them. And I'd rather do them a lot more fluid, because I feel it's a lot more natural. In the same way when I've done live streams and stuff, I don't edit anything out. I just, like, I can't, really, obviously. But I kind of like that more, because the impulsive madness of me comes through a bit more, and I like that. But that's, that's me, though. But, yeah, that's kind of an odd thing anyway. Let's have a quick look and see what other stuff we've got to do. So I'm just going to fling all these in the chest here that I don't need. Like the mussels and... Although I probably get to turn those into fertilizer, but I've got a lot of it. It's not the end of the world. Put the wood in, reorganize the inventory. That looks much better. That's a lot nicer, a lot more organized, which is good. Right, we're getting late. Let's quickly just check the shed before we go to bed. Oh, we've got some more wine ready, so that's nice. And I will grab... what do I want? There's some cauliflower juice, and I mean, the idea of cauliflower juice. I mean, I like eating cauliflower, but I wouldn't want to drink juice of the damn thing. It'd be very peculiar. The same with like beetroot juice. I don't know. Beetroot's probably quite sweet. That probably isn't atrocious, but I wouldn't really want to drink it. Ugh. Same with like some of the weird stuff. Like, and I will freely admit, I'm very, as I mentioned earlier, I'm quite partial to pickled food, but I can't get my head around kombucha. Is that what it's called? It's very, very odd. But hey ho. Righty, so looks like we're pretty much ready to go to bed. We've just got to quickly grab these preserves and pickled roe, which is important. We'll just slap those back in. And let's have a look. Anything else I need to do? Well, I think once I slap this away, we're pretty much ready to go to bed. Right. So there we go, Haley, my dear. I join you in bed at 1 a.m. I can't imagine getting up at 6 a.m. and then going back to sleep at 1 a.m. and only having 5 hours sleep. God, it's madness if you ask me. Righty, so Thursday. Let's quickly water these here because that's kind of important. I want to make sure they're nicely ready to go. I do also want to get some of that, the nicer fertilizer from Mr. Key when I can actually access them, because the never having to water them again would be real nice. Okay, Haley. Oh, crumbs, I didn't mean to give you that. Oh, I'm sorry, dear. I genuinely didn't mean to give you a coffee bean. I will give you a daffodil tomorrow, because I don't think I can give you another present now, can I? My dear. Oops. Not what I wanted to do. Not the end of the world, though. Okay, so we're nearly at the Hallows Eve celebration tying in with a Halloween thing. I know that's something that's a little way off at the moment, but it's something that I'm debating at the moment, really. Is my Halloween outfit for this year. I've got a few fun ideas. Whether they'll work is a very different question. I've never yet actually decided to try and actually be a walrus for Halloween. I think that would be quite entertaining if I did kind of do the walrus from Alice in Wonderland. Would kind of fit, I think. But I've never tried that. Okay, so let's grab that one. Oh, 500 gold. Yeah! Super exciting stuff. Well, let's sell these pineapples and the roe that I don't need. Because, again, don't need it. Now, what else have we got? We've got some more I need to call them pineapples. Now, I've got the pumpkins that need harvesting. I've got the water that needs refilling for the cat. Because don't want the cat to suffer and have no water. Because that's not nice for the kitty cat. Always been very keen on making sure that my pets are well looked after. Which does unfortunately remind me that since the last video, I unfortunately also lost another one of my guinea pigs. My poor little boy Nutmeg, his hutchmate Bumble had passed away a few weeks earlier. A couple of weeks earlier even. And they were both very old, 7 and 6.5 respectively. And it's very sad, but it was one of those... I tried introducing him to the younger two, and they got on. Everything seemed okay, but he just wasn't eating, and I think he really missed Bumble. Because they do really pine. It's really sad that they do pass quite quickly, one after the other. It's the first time that's happened to me, though. Because most of my others have sort of outlived their hutchmate by a year or two since. And he'd actually outlived his previous hutchmate. Maybe he just really liked Bumble. But it was very sad. I'll miss the little boy. So I'm now left with just 2 boys. Little baby Floof and Teddy. And I call baby Floof that because his full name is Floof Monster. But he's such a little squeaky baby. For those of you who have guinea pigs, you know exactly what I mean. He's the noisiest one. He's not tiny. He's a big boy now. He's a year and a half old. He's a chonker. But he's a squeaky little baby. So, silly guinea pig side out of the way there. Let's just quickly water these areas of pumpkin, and hopefully they'll actually be ready before the season changes, because then I'll have just wasted money otherwise. Which would suck. Okay, so nothing's ready here, but we can pop the remaining fruit in the chest, though. And let's get those star fruit in there. That's the important thing, really. Don't want the pumpkins in there, really, but they can live there for the time being. Just get them out of my inventory. That's the big thing. Okay, so we've got loads of oak resin, which is good. So I could make some more kegs should I choose to do so. Because I've seen a couple of pictures up on the subreddit of somebody actually using the quarry area as essentially a brewery. Which I thought was quite an interesting idea. Not something I would have thought about doing. I guess it's quite a large open area space that you could do that with. Maybe. Maybe in the future. But still got the stuff to do here on the farm at least. Right, so we're going to scythe this down. We've got, I think the storage that I now have between the 4 silos I have does give me enough that I don't have to worry over the winter period. But I will be double checking it and refilling it as required. Because I really don't want the animals to suffer. Because that's not my remit. Okay, so we're going to slap those in there. Let's have a look and see. So I do want to purchase another chicken. That's going to be a big thing, because I want to purchase a chicken so I can sell the basic eggs, not the large ones. Because they aren't... it's not that they're not great, it's the fact that I haven't done it yet. And I need to. So, that's going to be a big thing there. Now, again, apologies if you did hear me cough at any point in the video. I've just had a few, little bit of a run-in with the flu, unfortunately. One of my co-workers is ill because of their kid, and then unfortunately I've become ill, which is real nice, especially in the middle of August when you don't expect to get a cold. I love it. But the thing is, though, getting ill, I'm still having to double check with you taking those COVID tests, just being erring on the side of caution. Right, so let's just slap that in there. We've got some nice sap. We'll reorganise that as well, I think. Let's see, what else we got here. Okay, dump that in there. Right, so we've got some roe that needs to go away. And we've got the oak resin all deposited, which is good. We've got some more coffee. Oh, that's sweet. And let's deposit that and that one. Okay. So we've got some more coffee we can make, which is good. Because there's nothing wrong with a bit of coffee because of that speed boost. Although I'm going to turn it into espresso. Because, yeah, you know, you get 3 mugs of coffee and you cook them a bit more and then it turns into espresso. That is how it works, right? Especially considering I'm sure as heck that the way I drink coffee would probably make people cry. I know I've mentioned previously that my best friend worked as a barista for a while, and yeah, she thinks that I'm a heathen for drinking instant coffee. Yeah, I might as well be a barbarian. Ah, Shane, we've got a cutscene. That's good. Let's see what happens. Shane's happy today. That's good. Oh yeah, this is the one where he's stopped drinking. That's good, isn't it? Yeah, it's... Look at that. It's one of those things though, like actually having a replacement for a habit that you have is a big thing. It's, for example, for myself, I stopped drinking energy drinks earlier this year because I realised that they weren't really doing much for me, but I just like the taste. So it was actually more the cost of them was causing me issue. I was drinking a lot of one of them. It's a mango flavoured one. So I've started drinking a sparkling mango fizzy drink that doesn't have sugar in it. So sugar free. It's just sparkling mango, and then also started buying a mango fruit squash. Now, it's a very English thing, that one. It's a cordial type thing, so you add water to it and you get a glass of almost... I kind of don't want to compare it to the American... what is the name of that jug man who comes breaking through and does stuff? I can't remember his name. Kool-Aid, that's one. It's not like that, really, because you're just essentially just adding a buttload of sugar to water with that. But... yeah, having a mango one of those and just adding lemonade to it. Righty. So here we go. So Shane's now decided he's going to enter into competition with me and my farm. How dare he? However, it is very cute. Yeah, I really should have looked around more around the Jojo Mart, because some of the dumb's names of the ingredient, like the actual products on the shelves, is quite hilarious. Kind of also feel bad for Shane. Essentially, I've made him unemployed by destroying Jojo. As much as I hate the company because they're awful, but he is very much unemployed now. I guess he's only got time now to not drink, which is good, and look after his lovely blue hens. Which, you know, it's a good thing to have, like, an admirable goal, and wanting to do something well. And it's quite nice. So, I'm going to purchase a chicken, please. One of them. And I will like to put it in my newer coop. And depending on what colour it is, I may end up hatching another egg from the other chickens, because I need a brown and a white one. Now, what name shall I give you? McCluckers? No, I've already done Cluck. I think I've already got Cluckers, haven't I? Well, let's try again and see if I got it. Is it going to let me have that? No. Oh, no? Yes? There we go. There we go. Everybody loves a bit of Roman numerals after a name, right? I mean, heck, that's how our kings and queens of years worked. Righty, so It's 1 p.m. There's still some time left in the day. It's just going to be figuring out what would be really viably useful to do today. Get a little bit of extra resources, because I'm actually running out of wood, surprisingly. I think that's the thing that kind of shocks me, realising how much I've used recently. Especially considering I might want to use wood to turn into charcoal. But of course, then that's... Is that viably useful? Because I want the coal. I think what I'm going to need to do is also start planting more trees. And that might also be what I could use the quarry for, is just using it as a large arboreal sort of project. And just have a lot of trees growing there to then be harvested for the wood. And also not exactly a terrible idea, to be fair. Quite easy in the grand scheme of things. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm just going to debate that one as a thought process on that, really. Okay, so we've got a bit more coal. We got a fair bit, actually. I got more than I thought I did, which is nice. But let's make some more preserves jars. Because this is the big issue, is I need more coal to make into the preserve jars. Considering it uses 8 each time, it's an expensive venture in the grand scheme of things. And so, what, that's 80 wood if I turn it into coal. So it's kind of a big deal. It's one of the reasons why I took the perk that you can obtain from the mining tree, of where you get more coal from stone when you mine it. Because, goodness gracious, I need coal always. It's just a constant uphill battle. And it's going to be one of those ones that kind of annoys me, because I know I'm going to need more of it, but there's not really an easy way to guarantee it, because you got the monsters that drop them, which are the little dust sprites, and I know I also need to murder a heck load of more of them so I can get the burglar's ring. But even then, it's still a lot. And yeah, kind of frustrating. I need to get on with that. But, you know, if I can murder my way through all of those, then I can eventually get more coal and then get the burglar's ring, which means there's be more loot dropped from monsters, which does have its advantages. I will need to make another iridium band, because I'm not going to ditch the iridium band that I have, because I've got the 2 different ones. One that's melded with the slime charmer ring, so I don't take slime damage. And the other one that is melded with the phoenix ring, so I revive once per day. Now, I haven't really had any issues in combat situations like that recently. But, again, erring on the side of caution. Don't really want to get knocked out. But, who knows? I think making another iridium band isn't exactly a terrible idea, because then I can swap them in and out as I go. And especially if I know I'm going monster hunting, like if I'm actually going into here, like the desert, then I can put on maybe the it's a tough one, because both the reviving and the burglar's ring are both real handy, but both of them would be fantastic if I could combine them both together with the iridium band. But no, you've got to choose one of them that you meld together. So I mean, the increase in damage and range and such. So I mean, that's another possibility, is actually just melding a phoenix ring and a burglar's ring. But I think that maybe a burglar's ring will be more generally useful, because I haven't had issues per se with dying, well, being knocked out by the monsters. So we'll see. Okay, so I need 10 iridium bars. Okay, cool. I can bring that with me at some point, and I do want to bring that pearl for that birch double bed, because it's quite a nice bed. Okay, right. Off we trot. And down into the Skull Caves we go. Again, I'm here to try and get some coal more than anything. Thankfully now, with the slime charmer ring though, these horrible big purple things don't do any damage, which is fantastic. And a little bit of iridium ore isn't exactly a bad thing. Not something I need right now, but I wouldn't ever really complain about having an excess of iridium. I still really should upgrade my darn bin. I keep forgetting to do so. The trash can with Clint. It's the one thing I've just not upgraded yet, because it's one of those things that I keep forgetting about. Not saying I forget about Clint, but the trouble is now that I've got all the upgrades for the tools that I need, I only really need to see him when I've got geodes that need smashing. I don't really need to see him. And especially considering he is a bit of a melodramatic whiner at the best of times about Emily. Which, it's the weird things, like, he's one of those characters where I know some people like him, some people dislike him. I think it's the same with anyone in any of the games, that some of the characters just make me go, I'm not sure about you. But then at the same time, it's maybe I'm projecting that whole I want everyone to be perfect almost idea, because it's a game and everyone shouldn't have any character flaws. But everyone has their own, don't they? Everyone's got their own flaws, and nobody's really perfect. So, you know, a little bit of a darkish sort of like take on life there. Like, going, hey, everyone's rubbish. Everyone's a bit pants. But, yeah, it's kind of a harsh way to think about it, but I think a lot of the time it is when it comes to video games, we do kind of see, like, the more cutesy style of ones like this as well. We kind of expect a lot of the characters to be almost perfect. It's one of the reasons why I've quite enjoyed playing a little bit of Graveyard Keeper, because you are working with an alcoholic skull, essentially, who tells you about all sorts of the weird stuff with keeping a graveyard. And that's going to be the next big one that I do after this. So I'm going to do a few minor ones, but that one's going to be the next major Let's Play through, once I've finished this one off. So, let's have a look and see. Is there anything else I can grab while I'm here? Well, more of these cursed serpents. They need to go away. Come on. There's got to be a way down. No, that's just a blasted rock. Come on. Omni geodes, that's nice. Again, I'll crack those open with Clint, because, again, that'd be kind of useful. But yeah, I think my point sort of still stands. You get a lot of very perfect, idealized characters, like even playing Harvest Moon, a lot of the characters seem quite perfect. So, we'll see on that one. Right. Come on, get mine. One of the fun little things I've sort of getting ideas of, like, just some of the other games that I can do. Just sort of like just the cozy, you can just listen to me whilst I play it sort of idea. Because I know full well that I'm not a mad video game exploiter or something, and my voice doesn't really suit a first-player shooter experience, and also I don't really care to play many of them that are popular, such as Fortnite, for example. Just not really a game that interests me in any way, shape or form. I've always kind of joked with friends that it's the best game I've never played, because it keeps children off of the games I want to play. Righty, let's quickly dip down here. Oh, goodness. Oh, it was only 9:10 still. Let's have a look and see. Is there anything else I need to do here? Well, other than, obviously, destroy all the rocks, but I swear, sometimes when I'm down here, I always get those moments of going, I really wish I had a bomb or 5. Wish I'd bought some, actually, to be fair, from the vendor. Actually, no, he doesn't take money for them, does he? What does he take for bombs? I forget. But yeah, all the same, I should probably have made some bombs or brought them with me. But at the same time, it was just a bit impulsive decision to come down here. Wasn't exactly something I planned. Just trying to see how far I can get down. I still need to get down to level 100 in here, which is just an uphill battle. Well, technically a downhill battle, but it's still being a bit of a struggle. Nope, go away. Shoot, horrible crab creature thing. Not exactly having a huge amount of luck getting there. As I've mentioned previously, I think I need to dedicate an actual entire day to it during the winter, rather than where I spend half the day faffing and grabbing crops and watering things, which thankfully won't be as much of an issue in the winter season, because of course there's not really much plantage that's ready to worry about, and that'll be easy enough. So that's going to be the first bit on that bit. So let's quickly just smash that up, smash that, and these. Right, come on. There's got to be a way down here somewhere. essentially what I'm looking for is just holes mostly, because they're obviously a much better way of jumping down further. Like that one. 8 levels as well, that's a good one. Okay, so, you know, we're getting there. We're getting down quite a few more holes. And thankfully, all these cactus fruit means that I can just keep healing myself. Ah, okay, so we've got a monster floor. So that's some of these lovely dinosaurs that breathe fire, which is just a terrifying concept. The idea of a fire-breathing dinosaur is like, okay, dragons are bad enough. But Stegosaurus that wants to breathe fire on you, yeah, I'm good, man. That's kind of terrifying. Well, I don't need the slime as much. I think I will take the egg more than that. Right, so I do need to kill everything here so I can actually get the way down. Well, that one actually went down very quickly. I must have critical hit him. I guess that's the interesting thing as well, is like knowing that I've got the critical hit chances and fun stuff like that. Oh, go away. Stop trying to breathe fire on me. Shoot. Bad die. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of them. Oh, lummy daisy. Go away. Oh, and the purple iridium bats as well. They're flipping annoying. Well, that's quite a few more eggs, though, which I guess could be useful. The trouble is, I kept getting a bunch of them and just sticking them in a chest. I haven't really tried to hatch them or anything. I might need to try and do that at some point. Oh, well. Right. Well, we're almost at midnight, so should probably be careful about how much further down I go, because I don't think I've got any more warp totems back to the farm. I think I've only got, I'll actually have to rely on the bus, and I don't really want to rely on Pam, because that involves relying on Pam. But anyway, right. Smash up some more rocks, come on. Okay, there's another way down, and let's leave the mine. It's 20 past midnight, we should be alright, because of course it's the bus rather than the boat, which does have a little bit of a longer travel time, which I guess is why it's nice that it has an obelisk on the farm that you can get, because that does make life a lot easier when it comes to getting back home in a reasonable amount of time. So, my loyal horsey is waiting for me. Goody. Right, come on, horsey McHorseface, we have things to do. So, because we're sort of wrapping up now, I'll bid you all a fond farewell. So thank you very much for tuning in. Please, again, if you do enjoy what I'm doing, please like, share, comment, subscribe, because I do read the comments and I do enjoy seeing that what people have got to say. Any tips or tricks are always nice to read. If you have any other random input or things that you'd like to see me do, I'm more than happy to listen to ideas of other games you might like me to play, or other random stuff to do, because I'm never going to deny that this is like a nice little passion project for me. I just do it because I enjoy it. And like I say, I will be making that Patreon sort of thing mostly for the starting of the pub quiz side of things, but we'll see on that one. Righty. So I think this is going to pretty much wrap everything up, though, nicely. But like I say, hopefully I'll catch you all again at the next time the Walrus plays Stardew Valley.